Well, we encourage our players to be themselves. If they feel strongly about something and want to stand up for it, of course we encourage that. That's part of growth. That's part of becoming a man. And if you choose not to do anything and keep your beliefs to yourself, we encourage that too. There's no right way of doing anything when it comes to that. But we have our players' backs.
Kyle was saying how he's playing some 5 during practices. How do you think that's going?
It's all right. He's been great. He's competing. He's working on his game, but coverages and things like that are obviously different from the 5 spot. And he's been good. And it hasn't been a ton of reps, but we've had him out there trying to see if it could possibly work.
He talked about the communication necessary, playing that position. Is that something that can, if by getting used to talking, playing that position, that?
Sorry about that, Luke.
That's something.
The water I had. That's the question.
Drinking on the job?
if
You good?
By being forced to communicate playing the 5, is that something he can transfer to when he's back playing the 4, maybe the 3?
Well, yeah, we want everyone talking all the time. It's just the coverage, they're different regarding different size people. When you're the 4, a lot of the stuff we do is 1 through 4 switching. Mm-hmm. When you're the 5, it's, we don't want to switch our point guards on the bigger players like that. So it's more about our traditional coverages. So it's recognizing that, knowing how to navigate that. But we want our players talking, whether they're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're getting better at it. I think Rondo and LeBron have done a nice job of talking, and we've not so much Rondo, but we've had LeBron all over the court position-wise, and he's still able to call out coverages. So we expect that from all our players.
And with Kuzma, we talked a lot about the change in his body. What have you seen different from him in terms of maybe absorbing more contact?
You can see it. You can feel it. You work out with him. He's much more of a man right now physically. The way he runs the court, the way he's jumping and taking contact, all those things. You talked about rebounding the ball. So he's worked extremely hard this offseason, and it is showing on the court.
Did Lonzo scrim today?
Lonzo, yeah, he was full go.
How did that look, and how did he feel coming off of the last couple of days?
He's felt good. He looked great. I was shocked how good he looked the last 2 days as far as just his feel, for the game and being out there and competing. He hasn't played any basketball since last season, so it was pretty impressive that he that much time off. Come against guys who've been working all summer and in camp already, and you can't really notice a difference between him and the other guys. So I was very impressed and pleased to see that.
Do you think this season will be easier for him in a couple of regards, having more ball handlers on the floor, that not needing all to be on him, and then also just having the presence of LeBron?
Well, I think it's always easier, somewhat easier. Your second year, you feel what the NBA is about as a rookie, and then you kind of start to wrap your head around it. Game slows down a little bit, and then those things. Yeah, you bring in a veteran like LeBron, a point guard like Rondo, who's as smart, if not smarter than any other point guard in the league, and you team them up with young players, and I think the young players gain more confidence. They see things differently. So I think for him and our other guys, it'll be. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to use the word easy, but it'll be. The season will make more sense to them.
Luke, obviously, Lonzo's a player on full contact. Will there be any other precautions as you move forward into the season, sort of minute restriction or anything like that?
No, we're gonna be patient. With no need to rush it right now. So we'll put minutes restrictions on him as he starts coming back in the preseason, and everything will be, how do you feel the next day? How do you feel that night? And as long as those keep, we keep checking those off and he's fine, and the minutes restriction will go up and up until we decide to get rid of it altogether. But nothing with the injury now. It's just the fact he hasn't played in a long time. We want to make sure we bring him back slow.
You said since you drafted Ingram, and really since he got in here, you said it's only a matter of time until he kind of puts it all together. You believe in the talent and the work ethic. Where's he at now, and where do you see him as continue to focus this year?
He's continuing to grow as a player. I think he showed the basketball world last year towards the end of the season what I've been talking about with how good he can be. That last month and a half, 2 months before he got hurt, when we started playing him at point guard, his versatility, playmaking, scoring, three-point shooting, and now another summer of work. It's the role has changed now with some of the additions we had, but he's still going to have plenty of opportunity, and he's going to learn so much about the game as far as how to be effective off ball, and things of that nature. So I think he's right where he should be. You forget he's only 21 years old sometimes. So to be as young as he is and as far along as he is we're lucky to have him.
How much has he grown with the three-point shot this summer?
He was shooting the ball well last year. I can't think of the number off the top of my head, but it was around 40, for the last few months of the season. And his shot looks more consistent now. He looks stronger. He's getting more rotation on it consistently. So he's gotten better.
You guys switched the third most amount of screens last year, but you have very different personnel this season. What do you think of the overall switchiness of this roster?
It has a lot of potential to be a really good switching team. It's got length, versatility, smarts, but it's about putting the work in, like anything else. The easy way, the lazy way to switch is just to call out switch and everyone kind of do that. But there's a whole structure behind it that we need to be good at if we're going to be a really good switching team.
You said you didn't want to switch the five, but last year you did quite a bit with Julius. Was that because of his ability?
Personnel based,
so,
yeah.
So if Kyle could get to that point where he could be an asset, you might, if he was a five, he could switch down the road if he shows he has that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was one of the reasons we're trying him out there, because we like that versatility that Julius gave us with that ability to do that.
There's been a lot of talk heading into the season about how the young guys will adjust to playing with somebody of LeBron's stature just because they've never had a teammate like that before. When you came into the league, you had 4 Hall of Famers as a rookie. What took the most getting used to for you?
Running errands, getting donuts on the road. It was so different. My rookie year, I played occasionally.
But just in terms of interacting with guys like that, or when you were on the court with them, learning how to play with guys of that caliber, but also that stature.
And what about that? Was
getting used to it? So it was second nature. Something.
How do you get used to it? You're saying?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's different for everybody. Speed seems like he's not phased at all. I'm serious. He's not like he has no problem playing with those guys. And you look at some of the other rookies or training camp guys, and when they have a chance, they seem to shy away a little bit, which is a natural thing. So it's different for everybody, but the sooner that the culture and the brotherhood can take over and form, that goes out the window, because it's about you're doing whatever you can to help your team win, and you have a job to do, and you're not thinking about, this is this guy and that's that guy. You're just playing basketball.
Last question. How this week has gone heading into that game 1 on Sunday?
How's the week gone?
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with this week. We got obviously a ton of work to do, but we got a lot of the basics in that we want to get in. And now, tomorrow we'll come in and take a step back, and tomorrow will be a cleanup day. We're going to clean up what we've been working on, and start to try to get a little better, a little sharper at those things before we start moving on to the next set of items. But very pleased in the way that they've approached training camp, how hard they've played, the pace they're playing with, and the way they're competing.